Cross Media Day at Notre Dame, Indiana. Paul Condry, JP Jobert, glad that you can join us. Now joining us here is Brooke Sterkowitz. She grew up in Lake County, Indiana, where I grew up, and went to Hanover Central High School. That's a stone's throw, not really, but we're glad to have her here. And let's just talk about the making the decision to come here. Obviously, you went to St. Joe's initially, and then, of course, that closes down. You come here. Just talk about the transition from high school to St. Joe's and now here at Holy Cross. As you moved along the pathways, what's the things you learned the most?
I definitely learned the most. You have to be very focused, and you have to, the people surrounding you help you out so much. Like, going from high school, getting recruited was kind of a rocky, situation to be in. Like, you don't know where you're going to go. You don't know where you're going to end up. I didn't want to go far from family. So I looked at a ton of schools, and then I finally just found St. Joe's, and they actually found me by going to a game against Crown Point. So it was like we were playing a big school, and then I guess I just stood out to the coach, so that was really good. It made me feel good about my play. And then going to St. Joe's and having it closed down, it was really hard because you're leaving all your friends that you meet your first year. So it was difficult, and we were at an away game when we found out, so it was really hard for us to focus on the game, but we ended up pulling it an upset over Truman, and that was exciting. And then I had to rely on people to help me get recruited again, because going to St. Joe's, we're freshmen, we don't get the minutes like we want.
Sure.
And I had to really rely on my old high school travel coach, and he helped me out a lot with the recruiting process and ending up where I am now. And I couldn't be happier from being here. I met some of my best friends here.
When you look back on last year's 13-13 season, there were so many moving parts on the reason the team had its all-time winning a season. You take a look at some of the all-time best players, Keisha Streeter, Jess Norris, we can go up and down the line. Those two gals were just outstanding. Now it's a roster of 10. It's a roster with a whole bunch of new faces. So talk about the challenge. Because there's no Keisha to get the ball to, there's no Jess. Now you're in that prominent role as one of the premier players in this program. Talk about the transition, and are you ready to go forward?
Last year, my role was rebounding. That's what I accepted my role, and we had people that could score the ball, so it really just worked out for all of us. And I got my couple points here and there, but I had to focus on my role. And a lot of what Coach Robin talks about this year is focusing on our role. So now us seniors have to really step up, and we have new faces, obviously. We have a lot of freshmen and sophomore, and we don't like to look at it as a rebuilding year. We want to just keep pushing forward and see what we can come out with this year. I mean, we have Kaylin back. Kaylin had a great season last year, and she's looking forward to having another great season this year. We brought in another transfer from Spring Arbor. She took a year off of school, and she's getting back into the basketball mojo kind of thing. And she is going to be a really big asset to us with having two people over 6 feet. Looking at guard-wise, we have a freshman, Jada. She's really standing out this year. She works really hard. We have Ari. She can shoot the ball. We have Allison, nice undersized post, who can move around the swiftly around the taller posts. So, I mean, we have a lot coming back. We have Taylor Nittler. She really stood out at the end of the year with shooting. But it's going to be hard for me to accept my role now that I'm a scorer and I can't rebound as much, because I'm supposed to rebound, but I still have other jobs to take on. So I'm really excited about this year and kind of getting back to almost the high school me about scoring and things like that.
Once again, Brooke Sterkowitz joining us here from Holy Cross Media Day. Brooke, as you move forward, Tom has come in and brought in some energy to the program. Coach Dobzikowski did a wonderful job keeping everybody close at heart, if you will, and did an absolutely fantastic job of recruiting in that transition period. Give us an idea what you like about your coaching staff, and give us an idea what you can expect from them, and how excited are you to have them?
Having Coach Robbins come in was kind of nerve-wracking, because we had to learn a whole new system. We learned a whole new defensive system, whole new offensive system. I think it works well with the players we have. We like to run. I mean, he likes to run. He likes to disrupt the pass. We're going to really work on that this year. Our defensive intensity has gotten a lot better. Coach Dobbs really kept us through together at a hard time. We really didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know when we were going to get a coach, and we had to cancel our summer tournament because we didn't have a coach. So Dobbs really kept us together as a team and made sure that we weren't really focused on losing a coach, and made sure that we were still focused on our goals for this year rather than stop us entirely. We had open gyms over the summer, and he still had us go through open gyms. He had us playing together, trying to learn how each other play. I mean, obviously some players can't make it all the time with work, and like Taylor's from Colorado, so she wasn't here. She could only come for the summer tournament. But I think playing over the summer together and having Dobbs help us throughout the summer was a lot better to make chemistry for this summer.
All right, final question. You're playing at a brutal non-league schedule, littered with Crossroads League teams, very, very competitively. And then you throw in your own league, the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and of course they've added Indiana University Northwest to that, which is a very competitive program over there. Give us an idea what you look forward to in regards to playing a really, really competitive schedule.
Even in high school, we played a lot bigger schools, 4A schools. I think it's better for us because we can rise to the challenge. They always say you either play up or play down to your competition, and I think by playing up, we're going to have a better chance in our league. And the Crossroads teams are hard. We play Aquinas this year. They're 21. We play IUN. That's like hometown for me.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come down to a lot of different things. I think we have the potential to do great things this year, and I'm hoping for the best.
Brooke Sterkowitz, our special guest. Thanks for joining us here from Holy Cross Media Day.